Hi friends, Namaste. I am Ananta Sharma. Now we will proceed to the study of education in the chart. So far we have discussed the Arudha and profession, Arudha and Vritti Vicharana, and gave examples of several professions. Now I will come to Vidya Bhava. Education is the significations of the fifth bhava. It is called Vidya Bhava or Putra Bhava, etc. So the divisional chart which signifies Vidya Bhava is Chatur Vimshamsha, that is a D24 chart. Mercury is the chief Karaka of education, Vidya Karako Bodhaha. Each of the other planets which combines with Mercury gives the native the knowledge in different subjects. Mercury is the only planet Vidyakaraka. If Mercury combines with Mars, he gives one subject. If Mercury combines with Jupiter, he gives another subject. Like this, we have to follow. So, this is like the combination of colors. It is said that there are only three colors which are called primary colors. The combination of these primary colors in different proportions gives hundreds of different colors. For example, we know the rainbow. The rainbow shows that the white color is the combination of 7 colors. We also know even the uneducated housewives from ancient times know the combination of yellow turmeric and white lime, that is chonnam, gives red paste called parani in Telugu or alta in Hindi. So Mercury, also Mercury combines with Jupiter. Mercury and Jupiter combination in the Vidyapada or Vidyasthana, he gives knowledge in Vedas, scriptures, etc. Then he combines with Venus, literature, and poetry. If with Mars, mathematics. If with the Sun, Vedanta, then music and dance. So this is Jaimini Karaka. For music, dance, and all fine arts are signified by Venus in Parashara. But Jaimini gives the Karakatva for dance to Sun and music to Venus and singing separately to Moon. So with the Moon, yoga, that is Yoga Shastra. Then literature, singing. Rahu, mechanic, engineering. Ketu, astrology, medicine, computer-related subjects like software, artificial intelligence, etc. Then it is important to notice that Saturn is not included in the list of education-giving planets. Saturn is not included in the above combinations unless Saturn is important only if he is a Putrakaraka, Lord of A5, Lord of 5th to A5. And he does not, usually, if he is not either Putrakaraka or Lord of A5 or Lord of 5th to A5, he does not promote education or he does not encourage the thirst for knowledge in the native. Then it is also important to know that Vidya or knowledge is here mentioned here has nothing to do with the formal education, degrees, diplomas acquired. It is only knowledge. For example, we know our Guru, the great P.V. Raman. P.V. Raman is only a third class science graduate. But we know what Raman is, what Raman stands for. Srinivasa Ramanujam. We know Srinivasa Ramanujam failed FA. In those days, FA means today's intermediate. So now we know Ramanujam is a guru of gurus in mathematics. So now we come to know the factors, padas, laws, karakas. We must study in the D24 chart to understand the knowledge of the person. Then it has already been mentioned that the fifth house, fifth bhava represents education. So the Putrapada A5 and the fifth to A5 are Vidya Karaka Padas. Let us call them Vidya Karaka Padas. The Lord of A5, the Lord of fifth to A5, and the Putrakaraka PK, let us call them Vidya Karaka planets. So these five Karakas, in all, five Karakas, two houses, two lords, and one PK, Putrakaraka, in the D24 chart indicate education. In addition, you may add the Mercury also in the as is the natural Karaka for education. In all, there are six Karakas required to be considered to know the academic excellence of the native. Here there is one clarification. Combination of A5, fifth to A5, their lords and PK, you may not have the combination of all these six in the same chart. It is enough if PK combines with A5, lord of A5, then we may not combine with the fifth to A5 or its lord. Similarly, you can see one pair is important. So the lord of A5 may be connected to A5, fifth to A5. Lord of A5 connected to A5 or fifth to A5. The lord of fifth to A5 again, he may be connected to A5 or fifth to A5. The lords of A5 and the fifth to A5 may combine together. The lord of A5 and fifth to A5 combine. It gives a very great strength to the bhava. Similarly, we have seen previously A6 and 6th to A6, A10 and 10th to A10. Lord of A10 and Lord of 10th to A10, if they combine, that is a very strong combination for, but not necessary. Not necessary, but it is there. It gives the strength to that bhava. So now, at least one of the above combinations must be present. The Putrakaraka PK must be connected to at least one of the above factors. That is, the Putrakaraka PK must be connected to A5 or fifth to A5, lord of A5, lord of fifth to A5. So these are, there may be many, then we may infer that the native has a good knowledge of the subject of his choice. Then again, see if these Vidya Karaka Padas, the last of those Padas are exalted or connected to exalted planets, or they are endowed with Argala, they need to acquire excellence for excellence in his education, field of education. Or on the contrary, if the lords A5, fifth to A5 PK are not mutually connected, or if they are connected to debilitated planets, or if they are connected to Astamapada A8, or Saturn, unless he is a GK or Lord of A5 or Lord of fifth to A5, or Jnatikaraka, unless the native is a man connected to judiciary or doctor, then the native cannot acquire excellence in the knowledge he pursues, and he becomes ordinary. And there may be a break in his education. Some people, they join B.Tech or BBS, but they drop it in the middle and return home. So those cases, you can see these combinations in their charts. That is debilitated PK or debilitated Lord of A5, like this. If A5 is occupied by a debilitated planet, like this. The procedure, let us see some examples later. The procedure we must follow for the study of education of the native is as usual. For profession also, you follow the same procedure. First, draw the D1, D3, and D9 charts. This is a must. You must draw all these three charts. Don't hesitate. Then you see Yogada. Yogada is very important. And see if there are any Raja Yogas. Then you can understand the standard of that horoscope. Or you may become an important person or an ordinary person. The combinations mentioned above in the D24 chart. Now let us see some examples. See here, three charts are displayed here. Rasi, Drakana, and Navamsya. So Atmakaraka is Venus, Amarchakaraka AMK is Jupiter, then BK Bhratrakaraka is Sun, MK Mercury, PK Saturn, then GK Mars, and DK Moon. So let us remember this. Let's first identify Yogada. See here, the Janmalagna is Meena. The moon is also in Meena. So moon sign is Meena. Lord of moon sign Jupiter is occupying in Dhanus, and he is aspected Jupiter in Dhanus aspects moon sign as well as Lagna, that is Meena. From Dhanus, Jupiter is Yogada. Jupiter is Amarchakaraka, AMK. Jupiter is the Lord of, there are so many warships. Jupiter is the Lord of Dhanus, where A4 and A10 are present. Then he is Lord of A9, Meena. 5th to A5, again Meena. Then 8th to A8, 3rd to A3, and second to the upapada. Second to the upapada. Upapada is Kumbha. Second to upapada 2. So this shows the importance of Jupiter in the chart. Next, Raja Yogas. In the Raja Yogas, we know the same planet aspects moon sign in the D1 chart, then the Lagnas in D9 and D3 charts, it is a Vishesha Raja Yoga. Here, Mercury aspects moon sign from Kanya in D1 chart. Mercury also aspects Lagna in D9 chart and D3 charts. The Raja Yoga applies. Mercury is the Vishesha Raja Yoga Karaka. Now, if the natural, another Raja Yoga is there, you see. Usually, if Lagna is aspected by third lord or eighth lord, Lagna is aspected by eighth lord. Lagna is aspected by debilitated eighth lord. Here, Lagna is Meena. Venus is in Kanya. Venus is debilitated there. But Venus is the third lord and eighth lord. So generally we say it is a Dainya Yoga. The man struggles in poverty. So, but that is a Raja Yoga. Here Venus is involved in a Raja Yoga. It's a good Raja Yoga. The new natural benefits. What is that Raja Yoga? I am not stating it. It's the natural benefits. Jupiter, Mercury, and Venus. If they happen to be the lords of the Lagna. Lords of the 6th, 8th, and 12th houses. Jupiter, Mercury, Venus. It must be a 6th lord or 8th lord or 12th lord. And if they are debilitated, simultaneously aspecting the Janma Lagna, a Raja Yoga arises. Only for example, this is for about Meena Lagna. See for Dhanur Lagna. Dhanur Lagna, Venus is 6th lord. 6th lord in Kanya, he is debilitated there. and debilitated Venus or Kanya aspects Lagna. Similarly, you see Makara. Jupiter is a natural benefic, Lord of third house and fourth house. If he occupies Makara, debilitated in Makara. So generally, if you give it to any astrologer, immediately says this is a dirty horoscope because Lagna is occupied by a debilitated planet. Lagna is occupied by third lord and twelfth lord. So it is useless. But it is a Raj Yoga. And you can see if you come across any such person, he is sure to be one of the noted and notable persons. So if the natural benefics Jupiter, that is the statement of the Raj Yoga. Here, the natural benefic Venus or the Lord of third and eighth house from Janma Lagna Mena. He is debilitated in Kanya and he is aspecting simultaneously the Janma Lagna Mena. So this is a Raj Yoga. Venus is the Atmakaraka. Then Venus is the Lord of year 2, that is Putrapada A5. Now, let us see another Raj Yoga, Vishesha Raj Yoga. We say the same planet aspecting Janma Lagna, Hora Lagna, and Ghatika Lagna in D1 chart. That is a Raj Yoga, Vishesha Raj Yoga. Sometimes it may not be possible. Even if the Janma Lagna, Hora Lagna, and Ghatika Lagna in D3 chart or in D9 chart are aspected by the same planet in that chart, that particular chart. It is also a Raj Yoga, of course, of a little inferior range. Now let us see. There is no planet aspect. The Hora Lagna, Janma Lagna is Meena. Hora Lagna is in Tola on 27 degrees, and Ghatika Lagna is in Simha on 7 degrees. So there is no planet aspecting all these three lagnas in the D1 chart. Now you see, take these three planets in the Navamsa positions. Janma Lagna is in Mena, Hora Lagna is in Mithuna, and Ghatika Lagna is again in Mithuna. So all the three lagnas are aspected by, see, 5 planets in D9 chart: Jupiter, Mercury, Saturn, Mars, and Venus. These 5 planets aspect all these three lagnas in D9 chart. If so, if not, even if that is, this is a secondary Raj Yoga, not as Vishesha Raj Yoga as it was defined earlier. Then, with these Raj Yogas in mind, let us study the Vidya Bhava education of this native. We have noticed that Jupiter is a Yogada, then Mercury is the Vishesha Raj Yoga Karaka, then Venus also is involved in a Raj Yoga. That means, what is the use of these Raj Yogas and Raj Yoga Karaka planets? So, whenever, whoever planet or whichever pada is connected to these planets, Yoga Karaka planets, and the D10 chart, that bhava or that the karakatwas of that pada are greatly amplified. So let us, in the D24 chart, I'm sorry. So with these observations in mind, let us study the Vidya Bhava or knowledge of the native. So the D24 chart is displayed here. See, Venus is in Mithuna. It is there marked ascendant. Generally, I do not use ascendant in divisional charts except D3 and D9 charts because we know in India, in most of the cases, the birth time is only approximate. It may vary from 5 minutes, 10 minutes to 15 minutes. And our softwares, astro data, etc. They give 12 noon or 6 p.m., 12 noon or 6 p.m. or 12 midnight. So that means it is not accurate. But still we follow them, giving a margin. So here, so if there is a difference of error of 5 minutes in noting the birth time, there is a difference of 1 degree in Lagna. So 1 degree difference in Lagna means the D24 Lagna, the D24 Lagna is 1 degree and 15 minutes. So 4.5 minutes error in noting the birth time will change the Lagna. So I am more particular about the padas, not Lagnas in D10 chart or D24 chart or any other chart we study. So here Jupiter is exalted in Karkataka. Saturn is in Kanya. Saturn is Putrapada PK. Mercury, Rajyokaraka, is in Tola. Then Moon, DK. He is in Vrishchika, debilitated. A5, Vrishchika is A5. Mars and Sun. Mars exalted GK. Sun, BK, Bhratrakaraka. They are in Makara, which is A3. Then Meena, Rahu or Ketu in D24 chart or D2 chart or D30 chart, we say Rahu and Ketu fall in the same sign. So you take whichever is uh, necessary to you, needed there. And so Meena is very important because it is 5th to A5. A5 is Vrishchika. 5th to A5 is Meena. A3 is Makara. How to A3 is again Meena. So you please remember. A5 is Vrishchika. And 5th from A5 is Meena. Their lords are Mars GK and Jupiter. Jupiter is Yogada, AMK. So we may notice the parivartana between Venus and Mercury. Venus is AK and the Karaka of one Raj Yoga. Mercury is MK, Lord of Arudha Lagna, then Karaka of Vishesha Raja Yoga Karaka. So the combination of AK and AK Venus and Vishesha Raja Yoga Karaka Mercury is a good Raja Yoga. Here we may combine Venus, you may consider Venus in Tola and Mercury in Mithuna also because of the principle of Parivartana. This is the Raj Yoga combination of Venus Atmakaraka and Raj Yoga Karaka Mercury. Now let us see the A5 Vrishchika. Putrapada A5, that is Vrishchika, is occupied by debilitated moon. Moon is a decay. Is a full moon, Paurnami moon, waxing moon, almost full moon. He is debilitated. So he is weak. So the principle of debilitated planet, I tell you now, the debilitation, but debilitation is cancelled because the moon is aspected by two exalted planets, Mars, GK, and Jupiter, Yogada, Lord of Meena, which is 5th to A5. So this Nicha Bhanga indicates that Nicha is different, Nicha Bhanga is different, Ucha is different. These three have different results. The planet is there, suppose ninth lord is debilitated. That means the native is born in humble circumstances, the father is poor, is a hardworking person, or the native might have lost his father very early in life. Okay, these are all the observations. But if that Nicha planet remains Nicha, the native also remains poor. But if that ninth lord debilitated attains Nicha Bhanga, that means the father is very poor in the beginning of his life and gradually he rises to a very good position. This is the meaning of Nicha Bhanga Raja Yoga. This Nicha Bhanga indicates that the native is dull in education in the beginning till his high school stage. At least high school stage, let us say, he may be dull in till degree course also. But he may be, he may, he now, wait, dull in education in the beginning till high school level. The native never failed, but he also never passed in first class. He studied astrology not from his childhood. When he was 19 years or 18 years old, he learned to draw the um, uh, chart, Raj Kundali, from Panchanga almanacs. The ephemeris were not there in those days. The softwares also were not there. So he improved and studied astrology, started writing articles to astrological magazines, journals, and also books published only after his 60th year after his retirement. So he became very much deeply interested and completely immersed in astrology only after his retirement. Till from 19 onward years, 19th year to 69th year or 59th year, he knew astrology. He was studying books, but he did not know the technique of prediction. This is the problem with many of the astrologers. So, and also books on astrology only after he attained the age of 60. So, debilitated moon in A5 is also aspected by exalted Mars GK, Lord of A5. Mars is Lord of A5, and also GK. The and Sun BK Bhatrakarak from Makara, which is A3, which signify performing arts, writing poetry, novels, short stories, acting on stage, etc., etc. You please remember A5 or fifth to A5. Any planet connected to these two places and their laws, certainly they have something to tell about the education of the native. You must learn to see. Fortunately or unfortunately, we do not know the many subjects signified by certain planets. We know astrology is signified by Mercury or Ketu. We know Venus signifies poetry. But do you know what sun signifies? Or what are the subjects signified as humanities? History, economics, politics, physics, chemistry. Which planet signifies these subjects? So only experienced people can know this. So here, GK. GK is not an obstructing force for certain things, as I told you. A3, Lord of A3, BK. These three are connected to GK in almost all the horoscopes. Almost all the horoscopes. So, if GK is connected to A3, Lord of A3, BK, then they need to performing artists like dancers, then singers, professional singers, cinema actors, media people, publishers. All these people have A3, Lord of A3, BK connected to GK in a strong way. But then he is not an abstracting force because A3, Lord of A3 and BK are always connected to GK, almost all the charts. They are A3 and A6 are natural allies. There are two or three pairs of padas, A3, A6, natural allies. Then A6, A8, they are also generally they are together, but they aspect mutually. A5 and A9, they aspect each other, or sometimes fifth to A5 is A9 and ninth to A9 is A5. Like this, there is some connection between these two, three pairs of padas. Here, then GK promotes all these karakatwas of the third and sixth houses. GK signifies sixth house, but the connection of GK with the third house, A3, or Lord of A3 and BK, the significations of the third house are amplified. So the native what is the influence of these A3, Lord of A3, BK in the on this native? The native acted in stage plays, in won several awards like Best Actor, Best Comedian, or Best Director, Script Writer, etc. on competitions. These combinations were there, drama competitions. Drama competitions were there till this compute this television. Television came into our habit. So then he won several awards. He was an audition artist in All India Radio. He participated in several radio plays and he contributed several dramas to the radio and they were broadcast. But today, radio also has become irrelevant because nobody is listening to radio. Several radio plays. The native published novels, short stories in weeklies like Andhra Prabha, Andhra Bhumi, etc., Andhra Jyoti, etc. And he won prizes for best novel, best short story, or best short novel, etc. So all these things were only a temporary phase in his life. This is only to tell you that any pada or any karaka connected to A5 or fifth to A5 has its own result. It's only for us to identify it. But you see, in Vrishika is connected to A5 in Vrishika is connected to A3 and BK Sun. A3 Makara. BK Sun in Makara. Then the Lord of A3 Saturn is in Kanya. He is not connected to A3, but he is connected to third from A3, that is Mena. That is good enough. Then the fifth to A5 and third to A3. But he is not aspecting A3 in Makara or a Lord of A3, Lord of A5 Mars or BK Sun. So the acting in dramas or writing novels for only a temporary phase till 1993. So he did not continue after he won awards or best prizes for novels, and they abruptly ended in 1993. Because I mentioned these things because the learner must understand the importance of all the padas or any pada which is connected to A5 or fifth to A5, their lords. So the lord of A3, Saturn in Kanya, is aspecting third to A3 Mena. What is the defect? Why he stopped? Because lord of A3, Saturn, is not connected to BK Sun. So BK Sun is there in the A3, in A3 Makara, but he is not connected to Lord of A3 Saturn. So I suggest that there are A3 and third to A3. It is enough. If any planet is connected to any one of A3 in Makara or third to A3 in Mena, that is A5 and fifth to similarly A5 and fifth to A5 also. Then you see A5 is in Vrishika and fifth from A5 is again Mena. Connection with any one of the two is enough. Likewise, Lord of A3 or Lord of third to A3 and Lord of A5, Lord of fifth to A5. Connection with any one of them is enough. Now you come to in the same way, theatre arts, acting, writing plays, etc., which are signified by the third house. The Lord of A3, Saturn, is aspecting Mena, the third from A3. But the Lord of the third to A3 Mena, Jupiter, he is not aspecting A3 Makara or third to A3 Mena. Jupiter is not aspecting Mena. And then Jupiter and Saturn, Lord of third to A3, are not connected. So we see A5 for his knowledge. Next topic is astrology. See the connection between Saturn uh, to know his knowledge in astrology and for writing books on astrology. A5 Urshika is occupied by debilitated moon, as I already told you. It is aspected by exalted Jupiter. I am leaving Mars. That part is over. It is aspected by exalted Jupiter, the Lord of Mena, which is fifth to A5 and Yogata Jupiter. A5 is also aspected by Lord of A5 Mars and BK Sun. So, the aspect of GK is good for third house significations like acting and writing poetry. The fifth to A5 Meena is highly fortified. So if Vrishtika A5 is not very much important for astrology here because it is aspected by GK Mars, but fifth to A5. You see, Meena, the fifth to A5 is aspected by AK and a Rajo Karaka Venus, PK Saturn, AK Venus and Mercury are mutual aspect. So PK Saturn, AK Venus and PK Saturn are in mutual aspect. Mercury is considered in Mithuna. Then Mercury is a Vishesha Rajayokaraka also comes to aspect Meena and PK Saturn. Meena is occupied by Ketu, again Karaka of astrology. Then there is the fifth to A5 Meena, PK Saturn, Ketu, Mercury, Venus, and all in mutual aspect. Now you see, further, the fifth to A5 Meena is aspected by Venus and also by Mercury. So when he is considered in Midhuna because of Parivartana between Venus and Mercury, what is the influence of Venus aspecting fifth to A5? That I am telling you that one. Here, Mercury and Venus are also connected to PK Saturn and Meena fifth to A5. Venus signifies literature. Also, Moon is posited in A5 Urshika. Moon also signifies literature. So, Jaimini says, Sukrena Kavihi Vagmi Kavyajnascha. Chandrena Sankhayoga Sahityajna Gayakascha. So, these are the Karkatwas given by Jaimini. So, Venus and Moon signify literature. The native passed MA in Telugu language and literature. He worked as a lecturer in Telugu and he was retired as a lecturer in Telugu. So this is the significance of the presence of Moon and Venus in A5. Now you see the Raja Yogas in D24 chart, AK Venus and PK Saturn, then Raja Yoga Mercury, AK Venus and PK Saturn, Karkala, Venus is AK, and second from AK is Karkataka. It is occupied by exalted Jupiter. Fourth from AK, Kanya is occupied by PK Saturn. Fifth to A5 is occupied by Mercury. The fifth from AK, Venus, Thola, is occupied by Mercury. Second, fourth, fifth, so Argala. So here there is one important rare Raj Yoga, rarest of the rare Raj Yogas, Maniprabhala Raj Yoga. I discussed this Maniprabhala Raj Yoga earlier also. No, I have not discussed, but you know it, I tell you. Take Atmakaraka Venus as number one, planet number one, is a benefic. Next to Venus is Jupiter. Number two is a benefic. Number three, it is Saturn, malefic. Next to Saturn is Mercury, that is number four, benefic. Next to Mercury is debilitated Moon, that is A5, number five, malefic. Next to moon is Mars, exalted. So benefic. That is number 6. Next to Mars is the sun. Number 7, malefic. Next to Mars is Ketu. Number 8, benefic. Now, I will recall that you have followed the noting down the planets in order while you were discussing Dasha, Padanadhamsa Dasha. Then that is how to find out the Dasha Karakas. When we were writing Dasha Karakas, we followed the same procedure. So this is all the planets, benefics and malefics are alternately arranged. This is like arranging Dashakarakas. This is like writing Dashakarakas we followed in Padanadhamsa Dasha. So to conclude, the give a prediction. I give you a prediction for this NATO. The Arodha Lagna is a Kanya, Arodha Labha is Karkataka. Lord of Arodha Labha is Moon. Here, Arodha Labha is Karkataka is occupied by exalted Yoga, the Lord of A10 Dhanus, Lord of A9 Mena, that is fifth to A5 also. So the NATO may be expected to receive some award from government organization in future. Let us wait and see. Thank you.